Hello, this is RX Kuza, and welcome in Artificial Intelligence and Product Strategy podcast, a place where you learn how to use AI and data monetization in your business. This episode is about how to monetize the data. I would highly encourage you to consider subscribing to my podcast so you can learn about data monetization and artificial intelligence every week. Today, I would like to introduce you to 5 steps that you can actually start conducting today and start monetizing your data. The first step is identify your customers. It sounds easy, and there's a lot of tools on the market that can actually help you to do that. But today I would like to focus on one specific thing, building a personas for your product and study that one specific problem that you can solve for them with artificial intelligence, and this way monetize your data. And the great example I would like to use here is a company called perfectbot.ai. Perfectbot is building bots like chatbots, but they focus on fashion industry. Have you ever bought something online, or have you ever bought shoes and you had a problem with them because you could not return them properly or smoothly, or somebody dropped that t-shirt at your front porch, but then you realize there's a hole and stain in that? That kind of problems, that kind of issues are very specific to fashion industry, and companies like Stitch Fix and others need to deal with that. PerfectBot found that niche very, very interesting for them and built a chatbot around that. PerfectBot trained the chatbot around it and trained it with hundreds, if not thousands, of specific questions that customers ask when they shop online. And that's what I mean by identifying your customers. Whenever you find a problem, that real issue that bothers customers in a specific industry, I would highly encourage you focusing on that and use machine learning for this. In this given example, the perfect bot is actually what they did. The second step is analyze your data. Once you have identified your target customers, it's time to analyze the data you have collected about them. But what does it mean to analyze the data? And analyze the data means basically gathering the data, cleansing the data, and then what is the most important, visualizing and predicting with data. And I would like to share the example here of Brooklyn Bridge project. There's a project that actually put sensors, the people that were conducting the project, they put sensors under the Brooklyn Bridge and studied the traffic. What they realize is that if they actually connect that traffic data with type of cars that are driving over the bridge, by the way, getting them by CCTV cameras, and then learning also about time of the day when the specific peak of the traffic was there, and then joining and merging all that data together, they were able to visualize that and predict how the traffic will be in the future. And we are not talking about how the traffic is going to be in terms of how intense it's going to be, but also what kind of cars are there and what time of the day specific cars create that traffic. That's all of that is actually analyzing data, but then getting them together on the one dashboard. Imagine that dashboard as your gauge cluster in your car. That's what we're thinking about visualizing them. The third step is determine your pricing model. After you have identified your target customers and analyzed the data, it's time to decide how much you are going to charge and which model. There are plenty of business models that you can actually implement. And I would like to encourage you to look for the episode titled How to Redesign Business Models with Data Analytics. I explained there how you can leverage pricing models and what kind of pricing models and how you can redesign your business model and actually start offering your data-driven solution on the market. The step number 5 that I would like to introduce you to is develop your product. Once you have a pricing model in place, it's time to develop the product or service that will be used for data monetization. And the great example here is a Hyundai company. The automotive company, they realized by the way, it's step number one, identify your customers, that Hyundai drivers have one challenge. Whenever the car is taken by kids, parents are afraid of if that kid is going to be safe in that car, if that kid is going to go according to the speed limit, and other factors that are actually bothering parents when the kid is driving the car. And Hyundai was listening to customers and found that challenge very promising in terms of data monetization. So they launched the app and let people use a specific feature. So whenever somebody is driving a car, the car owner can see in the app how fast the car is going, and also the parent or the car owner can set up the speed limit on the car remotely. That's the perfect example how the data coming from the market was monetized. How Hyundai monetized that data? They charge $9 per month for using that service. By the way, that service is called BlueLink. And the BlueLink is a perfect example of how company was listening to customers, digest data, cleanse data, visualize that, predict what will be important for the customers in the future, and turn that to the feature in the app, which is step number 4, develop your products. And now we are approaching a step number 5, market your offering. Again, I would like to mention Hyundai. With this specific feature released, Hyundai, because they analyzed customers and they found out this specific problem, it was extremely easy to market that offering, because you need to reach parents that have kids and they own Hyundai car. And if you put all these 3 factors together, you get the perfect persona and the perfect target market, then it's easier to put an offer in there. So where to start with monetizing your data? First of all, study your customer and find that specific problem they have. The great example is perfectbot.ai with the fashion industry. Second, analyze the data you have and visualize it. Like Brooklyn Bridge project, they learned so much about what is going to happen in the future. When you analyze data and you have a data scientist person, that person will quickly find patterns in that data and give you recommendation about what can be achieved in the future. Then get the pricing model. So remember about Hyundai project. Hyundai developed that app and they charge $9 per month, which is simple monthly subscription model. And this model helped them to monetize that data directly. And when you build that new product or redesign the current one, start offering that. The more precise you are with the problem, the more precise is going to be your future campaign, the marketing campaign. And again, the Hyundai is a great example here. Thank you, listeners, for tuning in. And the next episode will be probably an interview with very interesting our AI-powered company. So stay tuned. And again, I would highly encourage you subscribing to my podcast, the place where you learn how to use AI and data monetization in your business. Be careful. Take care. Bye-bye.